Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Let's Talk right here on Superlative Radio. This week, Dylan and I have got very little to talk about, unfortunately, because these shows, they just keep seeming to screw us over with these short seasons.
I know.
It's like, geez, we talk about something and before you know it, it's over.
Season one, we were just
I know,
packed with stuff.
You're just getting into stuff,
Yeah.
and then it's like, But you know, which reminds me, Pennyworth. I haven't heard anything about when the second season of that is.
God.
You know what I mean? Like, because it started, it was well into the thing this time last year.
It was about halfway through season one.
Yeah,
I think
by the end of September last year.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and I haven't heard anything about season 2
son
yet.
of a bitch.
Yeah,
I wonder what they're doing with that.
I don't know. We're gonna find out.
That's your
I know
angle.
COVID has
Screwed everybody
screwed everybody, but you know. But in the plus side, in a couple of weeks, the middle of October, we're gonna have Discovery season 3 to talk about.
Yep.
And then October the 30th is the premiere for The Mandalorian season 2. So then we'll have that.
Waiting for that.
And in December is WandaVision. So, you know, we'll have that to talk about. So we're gonna have some stuff
We'll
to
have
talk
some stuff
about
to talk
for a
about
while,
for a while
it's
later,
just-
but yeah.
It looks like it's only going to be an episode. So I think what we should do is
Why don't you tell us what you think we should do?
I think you should shut the fuck up. No. What I think we should do is remember a few weeks ago I said we should each watch something or each get the other to watch something
Right, that they don't normally watch out of their comfort zone.
Out of their comfort zone,
Yeah.
and then we can talk about it, how that person reacted to it because you know it so well. How's that
Makes
sound?
sense. Yeah. Okay.
We can do that.
We could try and do that for because since we got time in between.
Yeah,
for
once
this other
these
shit,
things start to die off, right? Like it.
All right. Yeah.
Sound like
Let's
a
try and
plan?
pull that one out.
Okay, I think that'll be pretty cool. So that's what we'll do. We're going to we'll each suggest something to the other, and then the next week we'll see what each thought of it.
Okay. So we'll start that one next week because I have to think of something that I'd like you to get to watch. So
Yeah.
because you're just telling me this.
Oh, I know, yeah,
off the
yeah,
cuff.
I know.
So I haven't.
Well, I mentioned to you
So we didn't prepare for this actually.
I talked to you off air over the last week about how I started watching Sons of Anarchy.
Yes.
And
What
I
a
don't know if you
great
guys
show.
have watched Sons of Anarchy, and I know it's not the typical show we would talk about here, but I am right around almost to the end of season 3 now.
Wow, you've really been.
In like a week and a half.
Yeah, you've
Like,
really been delving
this
into
show,
it. You can't get rid of it.
literally,
You can't stop. I know.
Literally last night, Kim and I are laying there watching it, and I'm like, put a bullet in his head.
Which part?
Just put a bullet in that guy's head.
Which part?
Well, spoilers for anybody that hasn't seen it, because I don't really want to spoil it for anybody.
Then
'cause
don't
it's really
say
good.
anything. Tell me off air.
But
later.
it's when they're in Ireland.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Gotcha.
and it's towards the very end of when they're in Ireland, and he's confronting the priest.
Right, gotcha. I know the scene.
Okay, so and I'm just like, all I wanted him to do was just friggin' blow him away. I was just like, why? And then I'm like, why do they not learn? I looked at Kim, I said, don't they learn that they just need it? Loose ends. Pow,
Yeah,
pow,
yeah, I know.
Done. They wouldn't have half the problems they have. They just killed these people earlier on. She's like, no, they don't learn. I'm like, oh my God.
I know. What a great
fantastic
great
show.
show, though. Yeah, I know. We went through it like a dose of salt.
Well,
It
like
was
I said,
so-
I'm at almost the end of season. I think there's like 2 episodes left of season 3 or 1
Yeah.
or 2.
Yeah.
And that's like in a week and a half. Like just.
Isn't Gemma awesome?
Oh my God, yeah.
Isn't Gemma awesome? That while this show is being
Katie
aired,
Seagal is fantastic.
she's
you
a
know,
great
she
actress.
sings a lot of the songs that you hear is her singing.
I believe that she's just got so much talent.
She's got a beautiful voice for
Well,
singing.
while it was on, while
Yeah.
it was being played, for the first time, we were out doing groceries or doing something, and some lady walked by and she had a T-shirt on that said, "What would Gemma do?"
What would Gemma do?
And I looked
What
at
would
it.
Gemma do?
Yeah, and
Probably put a bullet in their head.
I laughed so hard. I walked over to her and I said, "Excuse me, I'm sorry." I said, "I'm sorry," but I said, "That T-shirt," I said, "Love it." She, "Oh, you want it?" I said, "Oh yeah." I said, "Beautiful."
Gemma do?
I said, "Nicely done." Yeah, it was really, really cool to see somebody
Why
with.
don't you get out of here before you have a matching eye?
Yeah.
Just anyway, yeah, no, it's great.
It was.
So I know it's a little off topic for what we would usually talk, but it's just
If you haven't seen the series, watch it.
it's basically like, if you haven't seen it, it's basically like the Hells Angels, only they rename it the Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
Just to kind of make it so it's
Sam
But
Crow.
but they actually have actual Hells Angels guys appear every so often in the show as members
And they're
of the Sons of
also
Anarchy
they also
to help.
are like sort of
They're consultants.
consultants. That's the word.
Yeah. So anyway, if you haven't seen it, it's a show about outlaw bikers, obviously.
Yeah.
Whatever. But it normally, like I said to Kim when she introduced it to me, I said, this isn't the kind of show I would normally watch, and now here I am, like, wow, like. But see, Ron Perlman and Katie Seagal are in it.
Not much to watch.
No.
And if I had known that they were in it way back when it aired originally in 2013 when it started or whatever, I would have watched it.
Yeah.
Because I like both those actors.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a good show. Check it out. Let's put it this way. I introduced my mom and my dad to it. I think it was like Friday or something. I
beautiful.
was like, hey, you got to check this show out. Saturday night, they binged 7 episodes.
There you go.
Like my parents. I was like, wow.
It's a great show.
It's crazy. So it's really good. Check it out if you get the chance.
Hey, beautiful.
And anyway, so we'll move on to Space Force. And so
Throw that over there, please.
put it over there. Put it over there. Give it.
Okay, here. Marky G. Thanks,
Do I
bud.
look like I'm like what am I, your bitch? No.
Fuck you, asshole.
I love you too. Wait a minute. Here, I got something for you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. No. All joking aside, though, what'd you think of this?
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, baby.
What'd you think of this episode this week?
Space Force, I loved it. On the moon and the whole thing going on. Yeah, I loved it. And I got to see your...
Chinese running over their flag.
I got to see your line about, being an astronaut is like virginity. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Got to see yours.
Yeah.
I do like that.
Yeah,
It's a
that was
pretty good
cute. I
episode.
kind of chuckled. But yeah, it's really good. And
They're
they're trying to figure out how to
retaliate.
Yeah, exactly. That was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Slow burn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. It's
Trying to be diplomatic, but it's not working. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good show.
It is.
And
and I'm halfway through the last one now. So next week we'll talk about the last one, but I haven't gotten all the way through it. But
yeah, pretty crazy, eh? Frig.
yeah, it's a funny show. So I'm hoping.
it's-
I'm hoping. You said there is a season 2. You said.
There's supposed to be a season 2
Okay.
coming. Yeah.
All right.
I
I hope they don't leave us hanging.
I hope so too, because they it said that they were looking at doing a season 2 for, I think, and all that stuff. So here's hoping, because if they don't, it'll be like, oh God, really? But anyway.
Because they did that with what was that one? Deadwood. Did you ever watch that?
No.
Okay.
But the reason I'm
They did that with Deadwood. It was during the writers' strike,
yeah.
and then and so they ended up. It took them, I think, 3 or 4 years, but they ended up
Yeah.
making a 2-hour movie to
To
tie
end it,
up
yeah.
all the loose ends.
You were saying about Deadwood. Deadwood, how they left people
That's
hanging.
right. They
and
left you
tied it up,
hanging,
yeah.
and you had to wait 2 or 3 years to get a movie that tied everything in
Everything
together.
tied
And
together.
in the meantime, you're sitting there going,
Well, the only reason I say that I'm worried about whether or not they will do this, and I said that before, was that Steve Carell is he did another season of a show on Amazon Prime with Jennifer Aniston. Like, there's another show that he's now in, so I don't know. Like, I'm just wondering how that's all going to play out. I'm hoping that they still do. Like,
well, it's all timing for them.
yeah, and I'm hoping that what they do is, like, he films a Space Force season, then he films a season of that one, then back to Space Force. Well, you know what I mean?
They
Like,
could
all the-
end up doing. He could end up doing what Michael J. Fox did with Back to the Future. I mean, he was still doing Family Ties in the day.
Oh, yeah,
and
I know.
doing-
He was working 20 hours a day.
Yeah. I mean, he was doing Family Ties during the day and doing
And he
Back
did-
to the Future at
yeah,
night.
I know, and he did that for like 3 months or
That's
something.
right,
It was
exactly.
crazy.
So he was just running himself ragged, you know. But
He was young then, too, though.
yeah, well, that's
Easier
true
to
too.
do, you know.
Yeah, the things are a lot
Steve
easier.
Carell's in his 50s.
Yeah.
It's a little harder for him to do that.
You
I think.
can't. Yeah, it's true. It's easier to do stuff like that when you're 20. But
Yeah.
I agree. There's things I did when I was 20 that I couldn't do now, even if I, the
Even if you
mind is
wanted
willing,
to?
but the body ain't.
That's right.
yeah.
That's right. It's
I
like,
wish I
oh,
was
God,
20 again.
darling. Whew.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been 3 hours. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I just...
What you want to go for? Yeah. What was that?
What, again?
No. My buddy Togo, his big line is, the only time I want it twice is just before I've had it once.
Just before I've had it once, yeah. Yeah, that's so true.
Here's to you, Togo. You still the man.
Yeah.
Pass me my coffee there, Marky G.
It is a friggin' hilarious show, and I'm really, I'm
Thank
pretty
you.
sure they're going to do the second season. At least that's what the internets are saying. The internet, and Netflix seems to be.
Thanks for the coffee, dude.
You're welcome. I put remember our episode that Netflix flagged because copyright bullshit, and then they let it go.
Don't say that.
It was copyright bullshit. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't say that because you said
bullshit. Is bullshit.
Oh, okay.
Bullshit is bullshit.
You can say shit. Okay. He gave me shit.
Wes, no, I gave you. Yes, let's just not get into it again. We'll talk about it after.
No, I want to talk about it now.
Exactly. No.
I love doing that to him. Go ahead.
Feces from a male cow.
No. Well, anyway, I made it public today, so it is available for everybody to see. There's an episode that went. I think it's like our third episode of this season.
Didn't we reshoot it though?
Anyway, I put it up as public, so you can go back and see it as it was originally intended to be watched.
We edited it. That's right. Okay.
Or at least partially so. But Netflix was being a real pain in the ass with the copyright stuff, and instead they just made it wait the 30 days and let the friggin' crap run out.
That wasn't fair.
Which was just to be jerks. So
it was not fair, and I agree with that.
No, I am really.
I wasn't happy either to see that because they never flagged the crap before. So
No, and you know what bugs me about it is when are they honestly going to realize that when people are doing things
especially
like this,
we're doing.
We're reviewing your
That's right.
show. We're maybe bringing viewers to your show. Like, you got to look past the 3 or 4 minutes or even 5 minutes out of a 50-minute episode being shown with no sound, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So Netflix, that's what I think of Netflix.
It wasn't fair.
No.
I agree 100%.
So anyway,
So, one check.
go back and have a look and see that's what they flagged us and made it so we couldn't air it. And you can see what we did, and
Yeah.
it was just ridiculous.
You make your own judgment.
Yeah, you can make your own judgment. You can look at the original version, and if you've been watching us every week, you'll have seen the one we did get to release.
Yeah.
Now you can see the one that was held up for 30 days or whatever. So,
Yeah.
because it just ran out the other day.
Good. Well, that's a good thing. You
So
put it
anyway.
up. They can make their own judgment call
Yep.
on it.
So, it is what it is, but
Well, it's not easy,
and I hate to say it because I hate to go on, but but Netflix is really in a. Have you seen all the controversy regarding the movie Cuties?
I never even heard of it. What is it?
It's this
French movie.
It's a French movie by this French director. She made this movie about these girls. They're all like 11 and 12 years old. They're like preteens.
Okay.
And they're all bucking against their conservative religious parents, I guess, and joining twerking. Anyway, there's child nudity in it. I guess there's all kinds of crap in it. Anyway, Netflix has lost like $8 billion because of subscribers over this friggin' thing, and they want to be picky about people showing stuff.
Wow.
I don't know. That's
dangerous territory.
Oh, it's really bad. It's really bad.
Yeah, that's a
Anyway.
that's a hard line to.
Oh yeah, I mean, like they have things where they're zooming in on these young girls' butts and crotches and boobs, and I mean, not that they really have boobs because they're like 11 years old, but I mean, still, it's like, for God's sakes, what are they doing? Like, and they're showing this like it's
Yeah, you got to be
whatever.
careful.
Female director is standing by it, though.
Oh, I know she is. The director, she's a nut job.
It's her editorial piece.
Yeah, she's a nut job. I mean, it's
For it, she's actually against it. But sexualizing young girls.
well, she says that and then makes a movie about young girls being extremely sexualized in it, with nudity of them. Like,
I haven't watched the movie.
I haven't either. I've just seen the reviews and what people are talking about it, and then of course with all this bullshit with Netflix on us, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a shot at Netflix for it because they deserve it. Here we are doing some wholesome show that people can watch and enjoy and have a laugh at.
Didn't they? You know, you say that, and it brings back. Didn't Brooke Shields have that problem with a movie she made? She was like, was it Blue Lagoon?
Yes. Yeah.
And then
That was years ago.
Yeah,
That was
but
in the
that's what I'm
80s.
just saying. But then there was also one she did before that. I can't remember what it's called, but she was a child prostitute.
I don't know. Anyway,
And there was a lot of controversy over that, too.
This is
Anyway, it was just
it's really messed up. So anyway, if you
it's just weird how it works.
I
They
mean,
should have only released it for the France market.
to be quite honest, what you should do is not even give Netflix the time to watch the show. Just go somewhere, find it, download it, and steal it from them.
Yeah. Well,
Because that's exactly what I think of Netflix at the moment. It's how pissed off I am. I'm at the point where I'd literally, if I didn't have Netflix for just certain shows for Ben, I wouldn't even bother with them at this point because I'm so annoyed with them.
well, it sounds to me like they're screwing themselves here.
So-
especially if you're going to get into that market kind of thing, you're
Yeah.
going to really get a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. So,
And I mean, let's face it, that's, like I said, that's dangerous territory. So
yep, it is. But anyway, like,
not a good move, Netflix.
yeah. So Space Force was really good. They finally get to the moon, and of course the Chinese are running over their flag. And,
They're already in the Sea of Tranquility doing their thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, funny, weird.
yeah, it is a good show, and just I hate at the moment. I'm just so annoyed with Netflix. I don't want to promote their stuff, but at the same time, I want to talk about the damn show.
You're madder than a wet cow, as they
Like,
say, or
it's
wet
crazy.
hen. Sorry, yeah. But I don't blame you. I mean, it's life can be unfair sometimes.
So let's just move on to Star Trek because I don't even want to talk.
Okay,
about
well,
it.
I missed it because I was
know you
supposed
did,
to
yeah.
watch it, and I didn't. I got sidetracked with other things.
I
I've been
actually
doing this
liked
week.
this episode. I actually thought it was kind of funny, and it was. So basically, do you remember the episode of Next Generation? It's called, I believe it's called Chain of Command, and it's where Captain Picard, Dr. Crusher, and Worf get all dressed up in those black outfits. They go to this Cardassian place, and Captain Picard gets captured, and he's tortured by the Cardassians. And the
don't
other
remember that
captain,
one.
Jellicoe, takes over the Enterprise while Captain
No,
Picard's away.
I don't remember that one.
My God, man. One of the best episodes of the whole fucking series. He doesn't even
That's it. Yeah.
Good God. What am I paying him for, everybody? Just like, I can replace him.
Because you need a sex symbol.
That isn't it. That is not it. Anyway, this episode is basically similar to that. There's the captain, the first officer, and the security chief are dressed in very similar black outfits, and they go off to do this secret mission or whatever. And in the meantime, another captain comes and takes over. And the captain who ends up taking over went to the academy with the black girl on the show.
Isn't she the
ensign, the black girl?
Yeah. Okay.
She went to
right.
anyway, but she just never. Of course, that one never rose in rank, and of course, this one went to captain or whatever. Anyway, so she's like taking over with a couple of her crew for whatever. But it's just that kind of thing where this other captain takes over for a little bit, and they go on one mission while the regular captain goes off on another one, and the Orion girl, the medical girl, she creates a genetically modified creature that's like it looks kind of like, I don't know, it's a lab or a golden retriever or something, and but it does all these like really weird shit. Like at one point it grows multiple legs and crawls up the walls, and another time it opens its mouth and eyeball wings fly out, and another time it changes into a big metal block and just rolls across the friggin' like it does weird shit.
Okay.
And the engineer with the the implant
That's right.
on his
Yep.
face, him and the purple haired young ensign guy are doing this trying to fix the transporters to make them run faster. So the engineer guy, he's like, I want to make them run like 0.7 of a second faster or something. So he's like, I don't, but everybody's been declining, doing this with me. And so the other guy, he's like, oh, I'll do it. He hops in. He's like, quick, beam me up. Right? Or whatever. So he's like, he beams him to the other thing, and he's like, woohoo, yeah, that was great. Ooh, it was half a second faster. That's fantastic. He's like, oh, do it again, do it again, do it again. He beams him back, and he comes back, and he's all like out of phase, and he's making this really weird noise and all this shit. He's like, what did you do to me? And he's like, I don't know. So then they put him on this other ship where they have all these crazy wackos who have all been accidents. So like there was one where this one guy he was really, really young on one side and like really, really old on the other side.
God.
Because he's de-aging on one side and aging on the other. And then there was another one where it was a transporter accident with this guy and this girl, and they were melded together at the top. And at one point they're like, yeah, we have two of everything. And the guy goes, almost two of everything. Like, you know,
it's cute. Yeah.
It's just like it was. Anyway, it was really, but it was funny. Like it was just, I don't know what it was, but it was like really messed up funny. But at the same time, it was closer to kind of almost like a normal episode of Star Trek. It was weird.
Well, you know,
I was caught completely off guard by
actually, funny enough that you should mention Star Trek, because the other day I took a break and I went in, I turned the TV on, and it just happened to be switching around. I got the original Star Trek. I stopped, and it took me like 3 seconds. I went, oh my God. It was the City on the Edge of Forever.
Yep.
I was like, oh, wow. You know, and I must have seen that 100 times. I was like, oh, wow, that's so cool, you know. But it's just strange.
That was the one with what's her face?
Time.
Yeah, but it was Edith Keeler was the character's name, but who was she played by there?
Joan Collins.
No, it wasn't Joan.
Oh, not Joan Collins. Sorry.
It was Michael Jackson's friend there.
Yeah.
The woman.
Hold on.
Can't remember her name. I remember the character name. I just don't remember her name. I know, isn't that weird? Anyway,
I know.
Yeah, it was her. That's the one with her in it.
But yeah, quite an interesting thing. Anyway, so it was weird how it.
Yeah, it is. It's really so. I mean, it was, but that's a pretty good episode, though.
It is a great episode.
You know,
they had some really good. That run of original Star Trek had a few real gems in it.
Yep, it does.
You know,
they all do.
You know,
they have a lot of duds. But
they had a few duds, but they had some that were real gems. You know.
Well, one of them is, and I can't remember what the episode's called, but it's the one where the guys are half white and half black and half white.
Yeah.
And they were fighting or whatever, and Kirk's like, "What are you fighting about or whatever?" And he's like, "He's different than me," and he's like,
"Yeah,
what do you mean?" And he's like, "You don't see the difference?" He's like, "Well, you're black on one side and white on the other," and he's like, "Yes, but he's black on this side or white on that side or whatever," and it's like, okay.
Well, it's a product of the 60s because it was the whole.
I know, it was a commentary on racism and stuff. It was a really good episode.
Yeah,
I like that one.
It was.
Yeah.
But did you know too that it was Nimoy that came up with the Vulcan pinch?
Oh yeah, that's old news, man.
I read that
Everybody
somewhere, and I didn't know that. I read that somewhere.
He was supposed to knock the guy out, and he said that didn't fit with they had done with Vulcans. He said because it seemed too barbaric.
Yeah.
So he did the nerve pinch thing.
Yeah. And I thought,
it's the same thing with the Vulcan salute. That comes from Jewish synagogues.
Right.
There's a point in the thing where they make everybody in the Jewish synagogue turn around or whatever, and Leonard Nimoy, when he was a young boy, he said he turned around and peeked to see what the priest or rabbi or whatever I guess they're called.
The rabbi, yeah.
And he had his hands extended over the crowd like this, and that's where he got the Vulcan salute from. So there's lots of stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it's amazing how a lot of things that are just spur of the moment end up.
Yep.
Anyway,
but every series of Star Trek has its good and its duds.
Of course,
they all do.
Every series of everything has that. I mean, there's good and bad in everything,
Anyway, I've got a vlog coming up in a couple of weeks that you guys really should need to check out, where I talk about all these negative Nancys and their
that's a good one.
We just filmed it about a week ago, but I bumped it up so that it could be watched sooner to make it more relevant.
You touch on some good topics on that one. Yeah, check that out, guys. That's a good vlog.
There's a good vlog there to check out on that. And in it you'll see the links in the description. You'll see all the links to all the different channels of the people I talk about on YouTube and stuff. So, but
speaking of that too, I've got to put my links for the one I talked about. Yeah. So,
but yeah, it's just. I don't know. I mean, I like I said, it was very. I mean, it was the typical goofy, stuff that they normally do, but at the same time, it was kind of like a little more Star Trek-y than normal.
Okay.
To me, like it was really strange. They messed up with the star dates, though. I did notice that. Because the new captain that comes on, she does this. She starts talking about a star date, and I'm like, that star date is wrong.
Yeah. Well.
But
When is this over now?
I have no idea when
Oh,
Star
okay.
Trek ends. Yeah.
No. This Lower Decks is.
Yeah, I have no
okay.
idea. It's probably going to be 13 episodes or whatever, like Discovery or whatever. Or they've all
right.
been, or Picard, it's been 10 or like God knows. But I don't know. I have to Google that and find out.
Okay. I was just curious.
So, but anyway, yeah. But I mean, otherwise, I thought it was pretty good. It was kind of interesting. It was different, and like I said, I like seeing the I guess the Star Trek feel to it. And I do like the fact that they can show different aliens a lot easier. Like the ship, like they sent the purple hair guy when he got all messed up with the trans. They sent him to this other ship to get cured. And this ship was run by this dude who had 3 legs and 3 arms. And he talked really fucked up, and he was like an alien guy, obviously. But it was really cool because I mean, like it's something you wouldn't normally like. He's walking along down the hall, right? And he's got 2 hands behind his back, like you would normally see with whatever. And then this arm's talking, right? And he's like, blah, 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 blah. Like it just comes right out of the middle of his chest.
I guess
weird.
it makes sense that you'd be easier doing it that way because
And that's the one thing I have liked about this show is the aliens you get to see because they can do them a little bit better with the animated stuff, right?
That's right. You have more freedom to do weirder stuff.
Because it would have cost an arm and a leg to do this shit in CGI and all that crap. So just the fact that they animate it, the money they're saving by doing it. Now, I mean, again, in my opinion, I think it would be better if they had done, if they want to still have this one as their comedy one, great. But I think they should do a normal, regular Star Trek, like a drama series Star Trek, but animate it.
Oh.
That way they can show all of these really unique aliens. And
that's
things
an
like,
interesting concept.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like make it more like an anime style where it's a little bit more adult and it's a little bit more.
You could go further with it, so it would be
to make it look like it's more and keep the serious tone of Star Trek. But it would let them do so much more. Like, I get that they like to do the live action stuff, and I love the live action Trek too, but I think this would be kind of neat because then you could show so much. I mean, I know they can do a whole lot with CG, but CG is expensive still. Whereas traditional animation
isn't
as expensive. I mean, it's still expensive, but it's not as expensive
nowhere
as CG.
near with that. No, of course
and
not.
You don't got to have people spend hours and hours and hours getting every little detail in the CG right. Whereas when it's animated, right? I mean, I know they do it all on computers and stuff too today, but just you could see some really cool aliens and stuff. I think that would be really cool. It's like a good example would be like the Clone Wars in Star Wars. You got to see like some really cool aliens that you wouldn't normally get to see even in the Star Wars movies because they could have like a whole planet full of them. Whereas if you see them in the live action movie, right, they're only going to show 1 or 2 in like the cantina or something because it's just too much makeup and crap and whatever.
Right.
And
it is. It's a lot to do.
so it's just like there's advantages to doing a serious animated style show. And it doesn't have to be funny. It can be like your traditional, like Deep Space Nine, Next Generation, Discovery, whatever. Like your very serious Star Trek. Just make it animated so you can do and show some of these unique things. I think it would be a great idea. I don't know why they haven't done it yet. All the stuff they want to do with Star Trek, and there's something they could do, and they could probably, hit the ball right out of the park with it. But I don't know. I guess that's just me.
You never know, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do it.
Anyway, yeah. I mean, but anyway, like I said, I thought it was kind of a neat episode, for what it was. I think it's one of the better ones they've done. But
well,
I mean,
I'll watch it tomorrow.
Again, the show is still not. This show is still not like Star Trek, like
of course not.
Like it's just not like. Because again, I don't know if the comedy really fits. It's funny, but it is what it is.
That's right. Time will tell.
Yeah. Now, here's another show I want to mention. See if you've seen it. Have you ever watched The Blacklist with James Spader?
I watched the first 2, maybe 3 seasons, and then it was like, okay, you lost me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was good.
I'm on season 6.
Okay.
Fantastic show. If you haven't watched it, you're a fan of James Spader, check it out. You might like it.
Red Reddington and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the first 2, maybe 3 seasons, and then got
Yeah.
tired and was like, okay, enough. You've lost my interest. But it started out okay.
Just curious. Wondered if you'd seen that
Yeah.
one. It's another unique, different kind of show, but
It's funny. I see him and I see James Spader, and I remember him like in Pretty in Pink, and I remember actually seeing him years ago in a movie called Tough Turf with Kim Richards, who is the little girl from the Disney movies.
he's done a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
and
Great actor.
yeah, it's strange.
I'm a big fan of him in Boston Legal.
I didn't
liked him
like
in that.
Boston Legal.
Oh, I love Boston
I didn't,
Legal.
you know.
James Spader and William Shatner, man. How can you go wrong? Just awesome. And of course, I'm a big fan of him being Ultron in the Marvel Universe. That was pretty cool. He did a great job, I think, as Ultron.
No, he's a good actor. There's no doubt. But
Anyway, yep. So is what it is. But that's really the end of our show this week because there's not really a lot to talk about.
no,
But
not much left.
keep tuned because when we're going to find out about Pennyworth when that's coming back because
Yep.
we are going to
Well, guess
want
we'll
to
talk
get
about that
back
next
into
week
Pennyworth.
and see if we know.
And, of course, Discovery will be starting. So if you're a fan of Star Trek Discovery, that starts, I believe, the 13th or the 14th of October. So check
Be
your
ready for
local
that.
TV station or whatever. Or I guess you don't have to check because in Canada, it's going to air on CTV Sci-Fi, and in the U.S., it's going to air on CBS All Access. And as far as I know, it's not airing anywhere else in the world. So
Yeah.
sorry for the rest of the world, I guess, if you're a fan of it. I did hear a rumor it still may come on to Netflix. I don't know, but
Well, we know how you feel about Netflix
yeah,
after
exactly.
today. So
The Mandalorian, though, if you do not have Disney Plus, seriously, you need to get Disney Plus because The Mandalorian kicks ass, and season 2 looks amazing. You seen the trailer?
no.
Oh, we gotta show him the trailer, don't we, Marky? Trailer was freaking
Yeah.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
I sent it to him. He was like, they got leaked like 3 days before.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
yeah, I saw it right away. Yeah,
You and Marky
amazing.
doing your thing on the
Oh,
side.
yeah.
You know,
He's
the,
like, I can't be ahead of him on that.
Star Wars and Marvel, you'd be pretty hard pressed
Yeah.
to get ahead of me on. But I was like, you were right on the ball because he was like, it was only released less than an hour ago, and I'm like, yeah, I know, it was like 3 days ago or something. Yeah,
Marky G's on the ball.
yeah, he is, but it's really good. And you haven't seen any of season 1 of it, have you?
No, I've seen all seasons.
All season 1. Okay, so you saw the trailer then. Yeah, it looks.
Well, you'll have to
We'll
show.
after we're done.
Yeah, you have to show me when we're done.
We will, and I'll show you the trailer for WandaVision.
Okay,
So
cool.
So that's The Mandalorian. I'm telling you guys, if you're not like, it is the Star Wars we have been hoping for. That the sequel trilogy just was not. This is way better. It's just leagues better. And then again, WandaVision coming in December. I'm probably be literally the end of December, but I know it is coming in December.
Okay.
So, and it looks amazing. Looks great. So, all right. We'll catch you guys next week for another episode of Let's Talk with Saul right here on Superlative Radio. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Please check out that vlog. It's coming in a couple of weeks. And stay tuned to us. Oh, also check out our other show, The Jersey Ham.
That's on.
That's on a... We're doing a little brief hiatus with it while we
Ending
get ready for
season 1.
season 2.
Yeah.
But there is still going to be little things come up every Saturday that we've done just in the meantime. They're little 2-3 minute things. They're really short, but they're funny.
Just to keep you
Just to
going
keep-
until we get season
different
2
puppets
going.
that we're using for different things. So check it out. There'll still be new content on that channel on that playlist or whatever every week.
Yeah.
There will always be something there. It's just actual Jersey Ham season 2 will be probably around the end of October, maybe the middle of November before it comes back. But that'll
It'll be
when
there.
Season 2
Yeah.
will be. But it's going to be good. We've got like 8 or 9 episodes planned for it already.
It's going to be good.
Yeah,
Got
got
some
some
good
good
stuff
stuff
planned.
So check it out. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We really appreciate you, all
Definitely.
your comments,
Everything.
and we'll see you guys next week.
See you later, guys.